Tick, 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 tick. Hatter held the old, dulling pocket watch in his hand and stared at it with a blank intensity. When the second's hand had ticked 10 times, Hatter smiled and replaced the watch to his vest pocket. His attention turned to the large, empty table in the center of the large courtyard. The long, rectangular table was strangely out of place in the courtyard. With its elegant look, the table seemed more fit for a grand dining room. 4 plush chairs were tucked in around the table, one on each side of the table, opposite of each other, and one at each end of the table. The chair at the head of the table, closest to where Hatter stood, was much more grand than the other 3. The head chair had a much higher back, thicker cushioning, and cushioned armrests. With the watch tucked away in Hatter's pocket, the courtyard would be deadly silent if not for the sound of water splashing in the large, decorative fountain which took up most of one side of the courtyard. Hatter grinned, delighted at the setting before him. Standing in one spot, he surveyed the courtyard. He steadily turned a complete circle, then lifted his head back to inspect the glass ceiling high above the courtyard. Hatter's smile broadened, and he changed his focus over to the grand fountain. It was not until then that Hatter moved away from where he had been standing. His steps were towards the fountain. No Place for Time by Daniel Vane. This, of course, is the author's proof edition. So it seems Mr. Vane, despite the fact that he is supposed to be in an exile, managed to write and get published, well, a book. Short story, rather speaking. From what I understand, it's only 147 pages. And from what I understand, it's also available as an ebook through Amazon Kindle program. How freaking lovely for Mr. Vane. Yes, it is true, Mr. Vane. The strange conceiver of infame sight decided that's a story he wrote over several freaking years should be publicly available for others to read. How freaking arrogant of Mr. Vane. Anyway, that is all we wanted to address at this moment, because we did find it quite disturbing that our little experiment to put Mr. Vane out of reach of the public is more and more becoming an apparent failure. I believe this may have something to do with the efforts of the Spectre skeletons, Trance, and Purpose. I can hear Kryn saying, "I told you so, I told you so," right now. Well, you know what, Kryn's time comes when it sees fit. Oh, by the way,